So if you're just joining us, you, well, will notice the park's done. And I think it looks kind of good. I do want to get my hands on some invisible pedestrian paths so that I can actually have people walking through like all the little cutaway parts. But I think it looks pretty good. And it's hopefully going to be relatively popular. And it's hopefully going to be something that... Oh, wow, we're a busy ton as well. Fantastic. Best episode yet, I think it's fair to say. Not bad. That gets us a bunch of things that I'm very excited to use. I did mention we were going to do buses today as well, so we're 100% going to do that. We also have $500,000 that we need to start spending, so we're going to do that. But the park's done, which is good. This little park up here is just whatever it is, which is fine. And I'm thinking... what I want to go ahead and do is start to, let me see here. This road for one, right in here, is going to need to be upgraded to have more lanes because it goes straight through there. I also should have messed that up, didn't I? Let's go ahead and just fix my little path there because I do kind of want that back. I'm not going to lie. So that can go to like there, and we can just extend that out ever so slightly. And that's obviously going to be a bit of a nightmare junction. We're probably going to want to go ahead and turn that into a roundabout at some point. But we'll do that later. That's not really a priority. Everything loops around kind of nicely though. So let's go in there. And let's put more grids on this because I'm exciting, because I'm spontaneous, because I'm unpredictable. No one could have ever guessed that I was going to put grids in here. All right, that's the way this is, right? That's me. You could have never guessed. So that's what we're doing. Throwing another couple of roads in here. Nothing too fancy. I'm not really sure where they're necessarily gonna go to. But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking that maybe just a diagonal road down here could be kind of cool. And then lead it into there and have just this nightmare set of junctions right in the middle of everything. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll just kind of continue that straight through there. Continue that straight up to there. And then this road would need changed most likely, but we'll do that kind of thing. We'll take out these roads, and that should be okay. And we can maybe get a park in here or do something. I don't really know what we'll do yet, but we'll figure it out. In fact, honestly, we could go and do this as well, which, looking at it, not necessarily the worst thing we could do. Well, connecting it there would be a bit of a pickle. Let me take you out. I've got an idea. So let's do that. And that can just be a weird bit of commercial in there. Because then what I can do is just go straight off of here. Apparently to there. There we go. And that just runs those straight through as well. So we have a bunch of grids, just some different angles going on. We have some curves. It's all a bit, you know, weird, right? But I like it. We need zoning, we need residential, we need all that good stuff, so it's staying. Also, I need to turn on grid snapping so I can put my paths back in here, which are going to go across there with a bit of anarchy, just to help it out a little bit. And then essentially across there as well. And we're just going to go down the ways. And again, I did go in and I did move all of the other paths just, you know, around there to be right against the roads. We're not going to do that just here just yet. And also this one really bugs me because it should be in line with it would be nice if it was in line with that one, I'm thinking. You know, I think that just looks a little better, and I am going to move that one just for a little bit of consistency there. All right, so that, I think, you know, looks the part. And I think it's fair to say everything's a little I mean, look, Leo Gaming in chat says messy. I say it has character. All right, that would be what I would say with regards to the layout that we have here. Character. All right, that's gonna be my excuse for everything that's a little bit weird in this city. It's weird, but it has character. All right, just so we're clear. Like, I want to get that, just want to clarify that right off the bat. Okay? So that's what we got. I also want to just move you, and I am just going to very, very quickly sort of move these about. Maybe that one doesn't exist. Because it's weird. Because it doesn't really line up with the road all that nicely, and it kind of bugs me a lot. And remember that time when I said I wasn't going to just very tediously place all these paths exactly where they needed to be? Well, that was apparently a lie. We'll get rid of you, and then that's all of the paths done. All right. So, oh, you as well. So in all of those spaces, just more residential, more of kind of the, you know, the same as what we've been doing. I do think one of these spaces could be a park, just to try and get a little bit, you know, a little bit more, what's not character in this instance, there's actually a word for it, land value and leisure out of all this space. So, ooh, hello. Let me go in and de-zone that bit. And then down here, we actually have a lot of demand for residential, so I'm very tempted to say that just all of this space, not that space, can be residential. Although I don't really want to do it right on an avenue. I'm going to, just because a lot of this will probably get redeveloped anyway. If I'm totally honest, there's a good chance, but that could be a little park down there too, and then this will be something else. So I think that'll be all right. We almost forgot the pipes there. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've got to the point where I think, you know, we have an understanding. So I think I can tell you and be honest with you when I do happen to almost forget pipes, and I feel like I can not be judged thanks to my honesty. But we will we will certainly see. So we'll do that, and not my neatest pipe layout, to be fair, but not my worst either. So we'll let that build up a little bit. There is demand for, again, residential, which will go away. There's a little bit for industrial, which I would like to deal with, but I think my priority right now is just getting the numbers. You know what I mean? We want to get up to 7,500 people. We want that other tile. I want campus areas. And I guess while we have a lot of money, let's go ahead and get some schools, because we only have one elementary school. So let's throw another one in there, and let's throw one right there. Then let's get some high schools, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea. And we could do like a high school in here and surround it with like parks and stuff like that. Or we could like do two of them in one building and then surround that with parks. Does that look okay? Doesn't look bad. Can I just move you a little bit to be like there? So it kind of looks more like one building. I think that works, right? Just put two of them inside each other with a little bit of move it. Yeah, I kind of like that. So we'll just move that along a little bit. Put it, say, there. Or back from the road ever so slightly. Back from the road's not bad. We'll put it back from the road a little bit. I'll take out those trees. And we'll take out all of these, because again, I'm going to try and surround this in like parks and stuff like that. So we can put like, we can put basketball courts back there in a park and all that kind of stuff. So we can make this look like it all belongs to the high school is my thinking. So let's go in. Let's just paint in a park district. Just like so. And that's going to be Wood Garden Park, I guess. Yeah, I kind of want a better name for that. I'll come up with something at some point, because I want to name the park the same as, I want to name the high school the same as the park, if that makes sense. So they're kind of like one and the same is my thinking. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Let's do a little entrance on that side though, and do a little entrance on that side. Let me grab both the buildings and just shuffle them slightly to be kind of the middle of the two entrances. So kind of like that should be fine. And then we can take the paths down behind the high school and then connect it elsewhere as well. So say an entrance there and an entrance on that side too should be totally fine. So paths wise, we want to go straight back and across like that. So again, the high schools are nicely surrounded. And then what I want to do is go to the normal parks and plazas thing, because in here there are, if I'm not mistaken, I could swear there are anyway. I know there's like beach volleyball, but what I'm looking for is, yeah, these. So tennis and basketball which I have to place roadside and can't place in a park. Ah, right. Well, yes, that does complicate things ever so slightly. Okay. Not sure how I feel about that. I'm not gonna lie. But I can get like 2 of these over here. And I guess that's okay. I'm not a huge fan of that. I was really hoping I wouldn't have to do that. I did have a mod that let me put, I think, any park asset in an actual park. But apparently not anymore. So that's okay, I guess. Let's do the tennis court. Say, let's put it there, but let's use move it to try and line it up with the existing path a little bit better. So something like that, I think, kind of lines up nicely. And then we could just get a, we can get another one there and try and line both of them up ever so slightly. So something like that. So they are very much connected to, you know, the main road there, but that's okay, I think. I think that's okay. Let's go ahead and get our, you know, fences back here a little bit. So we'll need to turn off, we're gonna need to turn off collisions, which I need to do in here. So collisions off, then the fence goes back to there, and then I want to take it into the building. And then this, so that went back, what, 3 tiles? And then this one goes back 3 tiles and into the building as well. So it looks, you know, secure, essentially. Then this can go out to that corner. This can go out to that one. And I guess we're just going to try and, you know, link all this around a little bit so that we can hopefully maybe get something kind of cool in here. I'm also thinking I'm going to cheat ever so slightly with a little bit more move it to get these fences placed exactly where I want them. So just putting that, oh, hello. Something a little bit like that should be fine. There we go. So basically just put that in there and it gives me the fence right along the path, which is where we want it. And then this is going through there as well. So that surrounds everything really well. Down here should be super easy since it's just that straight line. And then we're left with this weird bit over here, which I'm not going to enjoy placing at all. So we'll put a couple of those in there. I guess connect you to there and then just shuffle these about until they line up the way I want them to. So you to that spot and then you can ever so slightly curve and that looks all right, I guess. I guess this side's going to be a similar story. It's just one segment, so that can get pushed back to there. And then this side's kind of a similar situation as well. So to there and there. And I think that'll kind of work. It's far from perfect, but I'm kind of okay with it. That's a road that I'm moving. Move you. That looks fine. Obviously, gonna need to ever so slightly cut into, you know, these guys so that they actually have entrances. But we can do that by moving you. And then moving you in a little bit. And then moving you to there. And obviously, again, you know, no security on those entrances, but probably okay. We're not gonna worry too much about it. So we'll go to there. And we'll go to there, and that should be fine. So that'll nicely link those together. I don't think we have any. Were you supposed to be there? I think that one was supposed to be there. So let's just curve those 2 bits together. What distances are we looking at? We're looking at 5 and 3. That's it's probably okay. We can maybe do a little 3 and 3 there. And that looks actually pretty good. It just nicely borders those trees. This over here, I'm thinking could go something like that, perhaps. Then chop a little bit. Oh, hello. We don't want that overlap. We can just chop a little bit out of here and give it a little bit of a curve so that it doesn't have those weird bits. And that looks all right. It's not quite perfect. I mean, maybe these could be moved slightly closer to there so the trees aren't quite, you know, on the path. But that looks all right. And it kind of looks a bit like a high school, I guess. I guess. Sorta. I don't know. Doesn't really look like a high school at all. What else can I put in there? Have we got anything like, I don't know, a cafe? We could do like restrooms and have it be like a something else. A cafe might not be a bad shot. Make it look like a little extra building or something. Maybe. Like a cafeteria, essentially. We'll do that. Let's copy it, paste it, and let's move them together so that, you know, they look like one building. So something like that, right? Get a little closer together. Obviously, some of the tables and chairs are a little bit weird there, but I think that's okay. I don't think it's the end of the world. I think, you know, it's fine. You know, just don't look at it too closely is essentially what you got to do there. And we'll put it right there. I think that's all right. I think that does the job. So that'll be fine. That'll get people in there. We have got a few trees inside of the high school, so let's go ahead and just get those out of there. And then we can hopefully just put some trees in those spaces and hope that it looks the part, I guess. I don't really need to put this much detail into a high school, but that's all right, I guess. Just like I said, just don't look closely at the mistakes, at the errors, and they won't hurt you. All right? That's all you got to do. So put a couple of these like bigger trees and stuff about here to add a little bit of, you know, different color and stuff like that. But then I want to get those ones that actually match in here. So we need to go back to the very start of this list, which is like Vanilla City Skylines trees, which are these ones, I think. Yeah. So we want to just get those in, make it look like it's all part of the same area, stuff like that. A couple of those too, just to, you know, again, make it look like everything kind of blends together. I do like the idea of doing this more often. That's why I kind of want to do the campus as well, because we can do some parks in there, make it look all nice, just have some fun with it. Because this area over here can have some trees like that as well. And let's see, one or two of those as well. So that should be fine. I like that. It's simple. It's nothing crazy. It just nicely does the job. So we'll kind of let that be a thing. Yeah, I actually really like that. That totally works. So that's fine. These areas over here are zoned already. I think these bits, let's see, just do that, and let's just do this as well. So we'll do that to get a bit more commercial in there, since that demand will probably rise a little bit. This over here was going to be a park as well, so we'll go ahead and just nicely outline that too. We're not going to build it right now, but we'll have it there as Pearl Grounds for when we do decide to build it. And you guys are complaining about water, really. That's... Well, I was going to say it's surprising, but it's not actually, because we don't... We technically have a lot of water, but it's all in the dam right there, so we kind of need to get another tower. So let's go ahead and do that and that and that, so they never complain again, and that'll keep them kind of happy. And that should resolve all of that, which is good. Now let's see. We have a lot of industrial traffic, right? It's moving. My question is, what's my percentage here? 87, not bad. So that road is bright red, but it's also actually moving. Which I think is the weirdest thing about it, if I'm honest. Like, the road is bright red, but it's moving fine. So I think traffic flow is... It's fine. It's all right. We're not going to worry too much about it. What are you complaining about? Not enough educated workers. Really? I mean, we have high school. We have elementary school. We don't have a university, but we can't get one right now. We could get a public library, which is a very nice building, but I feel like something like the, well, yeah, I guess the library could go like in that space there, and we could build a park around it. Again. So like there? Maybe not. That would look really good in the grounds of the high school, wouldn't it? That would probably look really good near the high school. What if we did it opposite the high school? So, like, there. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so our park's gonna be extended. Is what it's gonna be. And we're going to take that zoning out of there. Not that we needed it or anything. Not that we're trying to get 7,500 people. But, you know, we're just going to do that anyway because, let's be honest, it's going to look better. So we'll come back and we'll redo that whole section in a little bit as well. And I think, honestly, what we could maybe do is also go in and just do that. So there's no parking in that road either. And maybe just a bit of grass down the middle. Yeah, bit of grass down the middle I think looks better. So that'll be a really nice area once that's all done. We get the 2 high schools. We got everything. Sewage. Hello. Sewage is a problem. All right. Well, we can... Oh, my God. That pollution is... Yikes. All right. Well, that is... That's a crying shame what we're doing to that river. But right now, we have no choice. Oh, wow. Don't flood, please. Please don't flood. I think we're okay. All right. Okay, well, the good news is this whole area is building up a little bit as well. I do want to start putting some stuff over here. And we do have some farmland that we can put over there as well. But I'm thinking what we want to do is try and maybe get more like suburb space over here. Because again, this is going to be our city center. So maybe over here we start going in for some sort of, you know, nice curvy roads and stuff like that. Little cul-de-sacs that go down to the end of the river and all that. Might not be a bad idea. I don't know if you... Would you want to live, like, really close to this, though? Wouldn't this be like... I mean, it's City Skylines. It doesn't matter, but that would be so loud. That'd be so loud. Also, it's a little buggy, but that's fine. It really would be so loud. That's fine. That's okay. Oh, no, not again. Not again. Why? Why? Well, I need to turn collisions back on is what I need to do. They're back on. There we go. Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll deal with that shortly. We have got demand for industry. We have got demand for residential. I kind of want to put residential in here. So... what I'm gonna try and do is get a roundabout for a highway, or not. Maybe we do it like maybe a roundabout would be a terrible idea. Let's not do a roundabout. Let's do an overpass, right? So let's do just a normal bit of avenue here. Let me get road guidelines and let me go 10 this way. So we'll go up 9 meters. We're going to keep it elevated. We're going to go 10 that way to there. And we're going to go 10 that way to there. And then what we're going to do is get ourselves a nice little one-way road. And we're going to go 10 that way and 10 from that way. Then that way. And that way too. All right. Not necessarily going to be an absolutely amazing bit of road for the traffic, but that's okay. We're going to go and do a straight slope, and we're going to go down by, 9. And we're going to do the same on this side. Turn off guidelines so everything actually lines up properly. 1, 2, 3. Let me redo that one because I'm not convinced it was lined up properly. 1, 2, 3. Cutting it a little bit close to these bridges, but we should be all right. 1, 2, 3, and 3. So those are all exactly where I want them. We just obviously need to flip some of them around. So that one should be going that way. That one should be going that way. And then what I'm thinking is let's do a 45. Let me turn off bending. Let's do a bit of anarchy too. So it wants to lock to 150 or 145 there. Okay, that's fine. We'll do that with it. So 150, 145 is roughly where we're looking. So 150 and 150. And then I should be able to go in with a bit of move it, select the segment, and sort of bend it out like that, which isn't perfect, but that's okay. It sort of does the job. Actually, I'm not sure how I feel about those. Yeah, it's far from perfect, but it should do what I want it to do. I'm thinking. So we'll see. That is sort of lined up as well. And then we need to flip a bunch of those around and turn them into highway roads. So you should be going that way. And you are going that way. And we're going to turn those into single lane roads as well. So something like this. Although we could probably turn them into the little single lane roads, couldn't we? Oh, you can't elevate those. Can you elevate those? No. Okay, so we can't turn them into single lane roads. That's fine. All right. So what I'm thinking next then is we go back in and delete those, right? Go to keep straight slope on. From there to there, straight slope. All right. Similar on this side, straight slope. Then on this side, we get ourselves a nice straight slope as well. And on this side, do exactly the same thing. Straight slope. So everything's kind of relatively even. Everything's relatively neat. The only change I want to make at this point is keep things in the ground and change these into 2-lane roads so that the third lane as they approach this is actually a turning lane. And that should be totally fine, is my thinking. And we'll see if it works. Honestly, these kind of junctions usually don't, and what I'm about to do with it is probably not going to work either, because I'm going to have it link into a big old suburb, so it's not really going to work for long term. But for the time being, it'll do what I want it to do, and that's kind of the important part. And honestly, we could build another junction up there at some point, and to be totally honest, I'm half tempted to copy and paste this junction. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's go in. Let me use the marquee tool and let me grab a bunch of these roads, right? So, I don't know. Can we have got one like a that's not you know what? We'll just grab this one. So we'll do that, right? We're going to go in. We're going to use move. We're going to grab this because I don't have a blueprint for it or whatever it's called. So we'll do that. We're going to copy it. And I don't really have anywhere. I can just use move it to place it anywhere, I suppose. So I don't know where to put this. Where do you put a junction when you don't need it? Out there. Out there seems fine, right? Boom. So that'll be fine. We'll keep it out there for the time being. That's where it's going to live while we don't need it. And then I could just copy and paste it in here, to be fair, but too late now. We've built this. We've built this. We've committed. Let me get everything here nice and level, which it now is. And then let me go ahead and do a nice little curve down towards where we're going to want to go with this and keep it elevated. So 10, 10, like that. And 1, 2, 3 to there. So nice little straight curve up to all of this. And that now points in exactly the direction that I want it to go. So it's going to turn into one that stays in the ground and has a bit of grass along it. We're not going to do trees because the whole neighborhood's going to be surrounded in them. And we'll bring this up a little bit to there. And then throw a roundabout onto it. And the roundabout, I think, I was going to say could have trees, but no. Roundabouts with trees seem dangerous. Maybe not a huge roundabout. We'll do an 8 by... we'll do a 6 by 6. Which is still pretty sizable, to be fair. But a little 6 by 6 roundabout in here for future expansion. So we can go off the sides of that. Then straight off again, off of here. And then we'll do another straight section, then a curve. So let's go 10, and let's go... let me see here. 10 and 10 there. We'll go 20 again, do another roundabout. And again, this means that later on, when it comes to expanding this place and actually putting stuff in it, you know, properly, we have the roundabouts installed so that we can just build off of those. right? So you know, if you live in this area, you get off on this roundabout. If not, you kind of continue straight on, get off on that roundabout. And that should be all right, is my thinking. So that'll hopefully work out. We can actually just speed things up a little bit here. So you guys are doing your thing. That's fine. A lot of you are currently doing your thing. That's fine. And you know what? I want to say that you guys can stay in lane at those points. I want you to merge a little further back there, so that things don't get too weird close to the junctions. So that seems all right. Let's start figuring little suburbs out. I'm very tempted to use these small roads because I want to try something here. I want to see if we can design like a cul-de-sac. So if I use a tiny little road and then you, and then move that back. That ain't bad. Ooh. Oh, hello. We are using these 100%. That is exactly what you want. What happens if I use one of these bits of road? It puts like a little thing in the middle. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's weird looking there. That's very weird looking. That's quite cool though. So we can totally get a little cul-de-sac in there. All right. What if we do this? What does that look like? Oh, no. Oh, no. No. So yeah, we can do cul-de-sacs. 100%. That is a, that's a development is what that is. That is that's kind of a big deal. All right. We need to build a suburb is what we need to do.